Good evening. Tonight we are heading over to America to meet Halle Kearns. So thank you very much, Halle, for joining us this
Thank
evening
you so
or
much
even
for
this
having
afternoon for
me.
you.
Yes, thank you, thank you.
So while many of us has probably spent the last year sitting in front of Netflix, you've been very busy.
Yes, absolutely. Real busy.
So going back to last July, what was it like to get that first release with Pick Me Up out to the world?
To be completely honest, I've been writing and playing out full time since 2015, since I graduated high school. So, it's been a really long time coming for me to release music, and the feeling whenever it hit, it was actually 11 p.m. when it came out here, and whenever it just struck 11, I was so emotional. I just started sobbing. It just felt like years and years of release and pent up excitement just came out all at once. It was amazing.
So what made you decide that point was the moment to actually get your music out there on the streaming sites? Because obviously people over this side of the Atlantic probably won't have heard of you too much before then.
Sure. Um, well, I knew 2020 was going to be the year I released music finally, which is kind of why we ended up calling the EP finally. But obviously, I had no idea that a global pandemic would hit during that. But I knew I couldn't wait any longer. And honestly, this last year, I feel like people needed new music more than ever, and needed a pick me up more than ever. So that's why we went with that song for the first single.
So it was never going to be an easy time to release music
Oh,
during a pandemic. Did
yeah.
you kind of go to anyone for advice about that first release?
Oh, sure. I have a ton of friends who are doing the same kind of thing and are artists and people I look up to a lot in the industry. So I talked to a lot of them and just, kind of got their opinions on like, should I release anyway? Should I wait? But no one knew how long this thing was going to last. So everyone just said, go for it. Just if it feels right, then do it.
So after that first release, you kind of released a track almost every 6 weeks
Mhm.
up to the EP release. Was that always the plan you had in mind?
Yeah. Whenever I decided to start releasing music, I knew it's kind of like a faucet situation where once I turned that water on, I didn't want to stop. So I definitely was intentional about having songs to follow up the singles and to continue to roll out music. And that's what I'm trying to do now too after the EP even. I just want to keep feeding more music out to everyone.
So, as someone who has been performing for so many years, how hard was it to narrow down those songs for that debut EP?
It was actually kind of easy just because these were all songs that stood out to me a lot. I like to say that this little EP was kind of my first introduction into who I am as an artist and what you're going to get when you listen to me and my music. So it's kind of like the furthest left of what you're going to get and the furthest right as far as country as I'm going to get and as pop as I'm going to get. And I will always fall somewhere in between those 5 songs.
So, on that night that you kind of hit release on the EP, obviously your birthday as well, I understand, on the release day. What was it, nerves or excitement going through your mind?
Yes. um, I I was just excited. I'd been in release mode for 5 months at that point, just with all the singles prior to it, and I think I was just so ready for this to be out in the world. I was excited. Not as nervous as probably I should have been, just because the excitement kind of covered that up, but I almost went numb for a minute. The album dropped, and I just sat there, and I couldn't feel it. I was like, okay, it's out. What do I do? And then about 20 minutes later is when it hit me, and I'm again sobbing, just like letting it all out. Yeah, it was a really magical night, and that next day was my birthday, or day of release day was my birthday, and it was just a really good day. I just kind of stayed off my phone and just soaked it in, and felt the win of that release.
So, what made you choose your birthday for the release?
Well, I was actually planning on releasing the EP in November, in late November, and Shoes to Fill was still kind of taking on its own little life. It was this last single I'd released before, and I wanted to give it a couple more weeks to breathe, and so I pushed it to December 4th. And then I was like, well, we're 1 week away from my birthday. My birthday's on a Friday this year. It just kind of made sense. I'm like, it's finally, we named it finally because it's been such a long time coming that I've been trying to release music, and it really did feel like that sigh of relief that like finally here it is. Finally, here's some music for y'all. I've had fans follow me along for 5+ years, and so it just felt like a good time to finally give them that. And yeah, the birthday thing was just kind of a bonus for me. I just thought it would be fun.
Was it the most nerve wracking birthday ever, though?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it was terrible. No, it was a wonderful day. My favorite birthday I've ever had, without a doubt.
I think you're going to need a mellow one next year, though, are you?
I think I'm going to hide in a cave on my next birthday. Just like happy 1 year and then just go away,
Now, you're going to play some songs for us this evening. So would you like to play the first song?
I would love to. I would love to. Let me think what I'm playing first. Let's do. This first one's Pick Me Up. It's the first single that was out. It's been a long week. I work 9 to 5 plus overtime, and I barely made it to Friday, but now I'm finally free to do whatever I want. And if it's up to me, well, it's you. With your headlights in my front lawn, I just need a little pick-me-up, so come pick me up. We can hit the liquor store, spend $23, get drunk on cheap champagne, forget about the world while we listen to the rain. I'm in need of some TLC, and the only way I want it's with your lips all over me, yeah. Tell me what you're waiting for, I'll be waiting on the front porch for you to pick me up, 'cause I need a little pick-me-up. I can't wait to see your baby blues and ride with you in your Chevrolet and pull off the highway, sit in your driveway for 10 minutes too long, too busy making out to a John Mayer song. Hurry up, boy, come on. I need a little pick-me-up, so come pick me up. We can hit the liquor store, spend $23, get drunk on cheap champagne, forget about the world while we listen to the rain. I'm in need of some TLC, and the only way I want it's with your lips all over me. Tell me what you're waiting for, I'll be waiting on the front porch for you to pick me up, 'cause I need a little pick-me-up. Monday's gonna come around again, oh, but that's alright, as long as I get you for the weekend. Well, I just need a little pick-me-up. You come on over and pick me up, 'cause I'm in need of some TLC, and the only way I want it's with your lips all over me. Tell me what you're waiting for, I'll be waiting on the front porch for you to pick me up, 'cause I need a little pick-me-up, yeah. So baby, come pick me up.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So has it got any easier releasing music since that debut one?
No. It's always fun. It's always exciting. It doesn't get old for sure, but I feel like the further I go with it, the more work there is to do, which is to be expected. But definitely a lot more preparation went into this last release than anything before. I'm completely independent right now, completely without any kind of publishing or record deal or anything like that. So I'm wearing a lot of hats at the moment and just a lot of responsibilities on my shoulders. But I personally love it right now because I'm getting to learn how to do everything, and I just get to, it's all mine. It's all something I've created from the ground up. So yeah, it's great. It is a lot of work though, but it's exactly what I love to do. So it doesn't really feel like work.
So what is it like watching kind of the EP and the singles climb up the charts on their release day? Do you pay much attention to it, or do you just kind of hide away and hear later?
Honestly, it usually takes someone being like, hey, this is charting, like, hey, this is doing. The day the EP came out, that was really cool because I hadn't climbed that far up the charts. It got into number 5 on the iTunes UK charts and number 7 in the US. So that was really special to get in top 10 on country genre. Like, that's really, really, really cool. So that was special. But whenever it's the singles and stuff, I'm doing a million other things, trying to keep it all going and make sure people know it came out. So they're usually pretty chaotic days.
Now, as you started getting music out to the world, how hard was it, though, knowing you couldn't play these songs live in person, having been such an active artist for so many years?
Yeah, it was a little tough, but I have gotten to explore a lot of different avenues because of that, like doing a lot of live streams and that sort of thing, which I hadn't done a single live stream until COVID hit. And I learned the power of that and getting to connect with my audience that way. So yeah, that was, there's silver lining in all of it.
So were you able to notice any kind of trends of where you were picking up new listeners by doing the live streams and more social interaction?
Yeah, definitely. And not even maybe gaining as much as building the connection with. Like I don't want a million surface level fans. I want 1,000 deep rooted friends. You know what I mean? Like that's the kind of thing I'm going for here. So the numbers are always great when they're climbing and stuff, but I'd rather strengthen the base I have than continue to grow it and just keep it shallow,
So are there now any travel destinations on your wish list from kind of fans you've met and spoken with?
I just want to get over to the UK so bad. So bad. And I'm not just saying that because I'm on here. I truly ask anyone who knows me. I want to go play over there so bad and just see it. I've never been over there. So
now we're still at a point here where we haven't got live music going ahead just yet. Mm-hmm. We're still about 6 weeks or so away from that. Yeah. What has the live music scene been like in Nashville the last sort of few weeks with things starting to open up?
The last few weeks, things are definitely opening up again, which has been awesome. I've gotten to play 2 different shows now, which is super special because I'm definitely out of practice with that. And so it's been good to step back on stage and get those jitters again. I got to play Whiskey Jam and Song Suffragettes of the Listening Room. So it's been awesome. And I think people are just hungry for it. They want it so bad. And it's just great to be able to see everyone again.
And how good does it feel to be able to say, check out my music on Spotify and Apple Music?
It's finally, it's that feeling of finally go do it. Like it's out. I've been doing this forever and I'm just now able to say, I have music out. You want to hear it? You can go listen to it after this. Like it's a great feeling.
Now, Spotify has been very kind to you in these sort of early months. What was it like when you realized you were on the Spotify's Hot Country playlist?
Well, I'll tell you exactly what I was doing. I was recording demo vocals at my friend's house. We just finished a write. And so I was laying the vocals down for it. And I got a text from Craig, who set this up. He's amazing. He's my publicist, and he lives over in England. And he said, "You're on Hot Country." And I was like, I had my headphones on. I'm like getting ready to go, and I'm like, yeah, "This isn't true." No. And I started panicking, and I told my producer, and I was like, "Ah!" And then looked at my phone, and sure enough, I was on Hot Country, and I just started freaking out. Messy is his name, and he ran to the fridge and got a Bud Light seltzer, and we just cheers and we drank, and then I left and I just started crying again. I'm very emotional. I've said I've cried probably 3 different times now, but yeah, it's overwhelming whenever you put in that much work and that much heart into it, and then you get a payoff like that. It's just so special.
So is that the kind of thing you take a screenshot of and is staying in your photo bank forever?
Oh yeah, forever and ever. Yeah. I put it on my Instagram, actually. There's a photo of me. If you swipe through them, I'm just sobbing. I'm just puffy and ugly, and it's so funny. But that's like, it's so special. I don't know.
Now, you've also had, obviously, some radio play. Have you heard yourself on the radio yet?
To what point?
Like just driving around?
No. So the first time I ever heard myself on the radio was actually a UK station, and I'm blanking right now, and I should know this, but someone was playing it, and I got to hear it through my phone, which was incredibly special, and I was still so excited and overwhelmed, but there was nothing like listening to it on stations that I grew up listening to, whether that was my hometown, Columbia, or Kansas City that I lived in for 4 years, or Sirius XM. Is just like, I turn on these stations. This is where I learned my country music, and now someone's playing my music that way, and there's probably little girls out there listening, and that's just really special.
Now, as an independent artist, though, how much confidence does getting radio play, being on these playlists with thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of followers, how much confidence does that give you?
That's a great question. I definitely feel very lucky and very excited. I guess I just feel blessed to have the opportunity more than I do like confident. And I am confident in the songs and everything. I'm super excited about them, but I think it's just an honor more than anything. Yeah, it's hard to wrap my mind around still. So I'm still soaking it in slowly.
So has there been a sort of a relief moment in the last year where you're kind of glad you did make this step to get your own music out there?
Oh, every moment that I get to do this feels like that. It's just, I finally feel like I'm living out what I've been working so hard for and fulfilling like my purpose here on this earth. And I know that sounds kind of woo woo, but it's really just feels like I'm where I'm supposed to be right now.
Okay, before we hear your next song, we have got a question come in. So please, can you tell us about the guitar you're using and how important it is when you're writing and performing?
Oh yeah, this is a Taylor. It's a 412 CE. I've had it for a few years now. I absolutely love this guitar. This is my first like real guitar, my first like really nice one. If I'm gonna write, it's gonna be on this guitar, but I've been actually doing a lot of track writes lately, so I haven't even been bringing my guitar in. I've been letting the track guy do his thing. But when I'm performing, this is my comfort zone. I'm trying to get used to performing without a guitar to kind of coddle me through it. But this is my baby. This is the first thing I fell in love with was playing guitar before singing even. So it's very special.
Okay, time for a second track. What song are you going to play for us this time?
Oh man, let me think. I think I'm going to end with that. I think we keep it light today. Actually, I'm going to play a new one. Let's play one y'all haven't heard yet. This song is going to be coming out sometime later this year. This is called It's Not You. Hey, can we talk? I just keep on putting this off 'cause I don't wanna make it real yet or even feel it. But when I try, I lose my nerve 'cause it's gonna hurt the both of us. Well, this kind of thing always does. But it's not you. You couldn't be better, everything I could want. No, it's not you. 'Cause baby, on paper, you check every box. And I hate what saying this out loud is gonna do. But you're looking for the one, and I am too. But it's not you. It's not you. I wish I knew what it is that we don't have and why you think we do, why it's there for you. And baby, I'll look back on all the love we had and regret letting you go. But right now all I know is it's not you. You couldn't be better, everything I could want. No, it's not you. 'Cause baby, on paper, you check every box. And I hate what saying this out loud is gonna do. But you're looking for the one, and I am too. But it's not you. It's not you. And darling, oh, it's killing me to say this, but you gotta trust me when I promise that it's not you. You couldn't be better, everything I should want. It's not you. 'Cause baby, on paper, you check every box. And I hate what saying this out loud is gonna do. But you're looking for the one, and I am too. But it's not you. It's not you.
Thank you very much for that one.
Of course, of course.
So what has it been like writing new music and recording new music throughout the lockdowns?
Honestly, I've kind of loved it to to be honest. I've gotten to spend a lot more time with my producer, I think, one-on-one than I would have had the opportunity to if everything was in full swing and he was as busy as he usually is. But when I came to him, I told him I need a lot of patience. I'm new to this. I just need someone who's going to really walk me through the process and let me be a part of my own songs. And he was like, girl, we got nothing but time. He's like, it's quarantine. Like, we have nothing but time. So it's just him and I, and we spent a ton of time together. He let me be a part of just the whole process. And it was awesome. So it's been great. I love it.
Now, we are only just four months on from the EP's release. Was it always the plan to release more new music so quickly?
Yes, absolutely. Like I said, I just want to keep it going. And I have 5 songs out, which is amazing, but that's only 15 minutes of music. You know, if someone goes to my page right now, they only have 15 minutes to listen to. And if they want to listen to more, I want to give them that opportunity. So I just put Plans out, which is super exciting. That came out May 24th, and it's my fastest growing single yet. It has over 30,000 streams on Spotify alone, and it's only been a week and a half. So it's been a really good release. And it's just fun. It's such a summery anthem. So it's a fun follow-up to whatever you do and all that.
So what was your feeling about the song before you released it and releasing it this sort of time of year, just before that summer rush?
Yeah, I really wanted this to kind of be that windows down song that you're just driving down the highway to, and you just jam to it and sing it with your girls. And it's a love song in a way, but it's just like talking about kind of getting over your commitment issues and getting over your fear of, planning ahead and just finding someone that really makes you want to make those plans.
So what do you think it is about some of your songs? Obviously the Plans, and obviously Whatever You Do is now, I think it's over 2.5 million streams. What do you think it is about these songs that's kind of caught people's attention?
I don't know. I love them personally, which is, I'm a little biased. I think I just got really honest with them. They're my stories. They're my moments. And I think that confidence behind them, because I wasn't writing for anyone else. I was writing for me. I was writing songs that I would want to listen to. And lucky enough, I have other people out there who I guess feel the same way. They're the kind of songs that they want to listen to too. And I really tried to stick to that when I was in the studio, like writing songs or not only writing them, but producing songs that I would want to hear, and not trying to fit into some certain box or copy some artist or sound like what's on the radio, but just what kind of music do I want to listen to? What would I want to hear right here? And it all comes together and just translates the way it does. And I'm really happy that people like them the way they do, though. It's really, really cool.
Now, you've spoken about obviously how much Casey Musgrave has been an inspiration on you. What kind of sound do you think this adds to your music, having an inspiration like this?
I just love her tone so much. She's not like a belter. She's a very delicate singer. Her tone's just so distinct and so beautiful. And I'm not by any means like a belter, a Carrie Underwood powerhouse kind of singer. I do have a softer voice, and so I really am inspired by her with that, for her to make as big of a career that she has. And she's not the kind of person to just like scream sing. I just admire that a lot. And her style's always been super laid back, easy listening. And that's just my favorite. That's what I gravitate towards. So she's always been an inspiration.
You've been living in Nashville for a few years now, and they say it's a 10-year town. Yes. How do you think it's going so far?
I think it's been pretty good. I've been here for 2 years. Actually just had this conversation with someone. It's a 10-year town. I think it's a 10-year industry. I have been doing this for 6 years now. So, because I was in Kansas City for 4, pursuing this full time before moving to Nashville. So I've only been in Nashville for 2, but I've been doing it for 6. So I don't know. I don't know if that equals out to Nashville or not, but I think I'm on a pretty good track, hopefully.
Now, if you could go back to that day you moved out of home sort of 6-7 years ago, what advice do you think you'd be giving yourself now?
When I moved to Nashville?
Yeah.
I'd probably give myself my favorite advice I've gotten a little earlier on. And that's just to get out of your own way. I had my artist friend, Spencer Crandall, told me that actually. And he's always been like someone I look up to musically and just the way he grinds and everything. And he told me, he's like, you got to get out of your own way. Like, you are so in your own head. You are, and I get lost in comparison, but not in comparison to others as much as comparison to myself and where I was versus where I've been. And like how I just always am hard on myself in that way. And he's just said, get out of your own way and go for it. Just do what you're made to do. And it's been the best advice. It's stuck with me for a really long time.
Excellent here. Okay, before we end this evening, I know you're going to play us out with one final song. So what are we going to hear?
I'm deciding if I want to do Whatever You Do or Plans. Plans is the new one. Whatever You Do is the one on the radio right now. And I think more people know Whatever You Do, so I'm going to play that. But this is your incentive. If you haven't yet heard Plans, go check it out. I would love for you to listen to it. And it's fun with the full production and everything too. All right. I think it's on this capo. Warm breeze blew upon that old flag. Had a dive on the coast, had a duffel bag with just me and my girls. Not a care in the world. Then you walked in with a couple of friends with a look saying, I'm only here for the weekend, and pulled up a seat right next to me. But now whatever you do, don't stop sliding over closer, and don't you stop talking over the music that's making you move your lips a little closer to mine. Whatever you do, keep on dancing all around me, and keep on trying to make me forget that we just met, 'cause I'm really getting into whatever you do. Hey. Got 2 Coronas and a booth in the back. We won't say forever, won't mention the past, but the sky's clear, so let's get out of here. Now we're kicking off our shoes, we're taking my hand and asking if I know how to dance. I said, boy, you, it's my favorite part, you couldn't teach me if you wanted to, but whatever you do, don't stop sliding over closer, and don't you stop talking over the music that's making you move your lips a little closer to mine. Whatever you do, keep on dancing all around me, and keep on trying to make me forget that we just met, 'cause I'm really getting into whatever you do. Hey, whatever you do, boy. Now whatever you do, don't stop sliding over closer. Just quit talking over the music, boy, just do it. Put your lips on mine. Whatever you do, keep on dancing all around me, and keep on trying to make me forget that we just met, 'cause I'm really getting into whatever you do. Hey, whatever you do, boy.
Thank you so much for finishing with that one.
Thanks for having me.
Final thing, what can we then expect then from the rest of 2021? Because you've already heard a sneak peek of a new track.
Yes, that is most definitely coming out sometime this year. I have a lot of more music coming out, just a bunch of new songs ready to roll out. And there's some other fun things too that I can't get into right now, but there's just a lot coming. I'm busy and I'm excited, and I just want to keep getting more and more music out.
Well, I hope as we move towards the end of the year and into next year, we can welcome you to the UK with open arms, because I definitely look forward to seeing you live.
Same. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait for that. It'll be so fun. Thank you for everything you're doing. Seriously, I appreciate you having me on here, not once, but twice now. It means a lot.
Yeah, and if you don't follow Halle, be sure to follow her on her social medias, and yeah, check her out on obviously all the streaming sites. Thank you very much again for joining us, Halle.
Thank you for having me. Bye.